Hello everybody, Stephanie Aune here, artist in Concord, California, coming back with another episode of Really? How are you lovely artists doing today? So my book had a blowout. It had a massive blowout, and since I was not, since I didn't have a lot done in this book, I really truly just decided to scrap this one from 1904. I'm just not gonna use that one. It sucks. It sucks. And I had to go through and find a book that was the exact same size, glue some pages down to the front, and glue some pages here in the back, and take out about a signature and a half without losing that structure there. And trying to figure out how to fit this puppy back in here, like this. It's not exactly the same size, but it's pretty close, and I think I will have to tape it in. I would like to glue it in, truly. But the problem with that is, well, maybe just glue it on one side. Maybe I could just do that. And then could leave that taped, and then I could have, you know, a front page there. That might work. So yeah, I had to trim down all these sides and here so that it would fold. We've got pretty good fold there, but here we're pushing the boundaries. So I'm gonna readjust that outside. You know, at this point, I'm not going to do it halfway. There is nothing about this that I want done halfway. If it doesn't fit just right, I will readjust it, because I have taken way too much time on this puppy to now mess it up and not have it fit exactly the way I want it to fit. You know, you've seen me start over now. This is, what, the third time, right? And yeah, it's very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating to start over. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like doing it. But, as you can tell from my first book, it's kind of worth it. You know, I start over because it needs to be started over. So, from the last book. I mean, what I meant to say. I can't remember what I said. I get distracted by working, right? So I want to be able to have a little bit more space right in there. Right there. There you go. And I don't think I have to take this all the way off, actually. I think I can just move it like this. Probably push that down while I'm doing this, huh? You'll poke your eye out. Yeah, actually, probably would. Cool. Okay. So there, already, I allowed it the space that it needed right there. See? So that it folds properly. And that is perfection. Because I have these, you know, pieces of chipboard in there, my runners, and with those pieces of chipboard, it just popped it out further. So now you know that if you want to do it this way, leave yourself twice the amount of space that you think you'll need, because you'll probably need actually more than that. Speaking of that, I am going to make it even just a little bit wider, because I still have images to put in here. I still have a lot of construction to do, and let's just do it right. Okay, there it sits. Now, as you know, we've got tape on the other side of this. We should be okay with that construction-wise. Should be safe enough. I know I'm pushing this paper apart. I kind of need to do it. So we'll get out our handy-dandy gaffer's tape. And one of these days, I will get all these links put up, guys. I'm sorry. It has been an insane week at work. Just tons of stress and extra meetings, extra work. Then I had this show on Friday. I've got another show coming up. So, there we go. See? Perfect. So, you know, if I don't answer your questions on YouTube right away, that's kind of my last priority. I mean, I love getting your comments. I really, really, truly do. But sometimes it's really hard to find all of your comments, number one. It's really... YouTube, their comments section is not really easy to deal with. And should I take this guy out too? And so it's hard. It's not easy to respond. I mean, if you're at your laptop, it's one thing, but or your desktop. And I don't answer YouTube comments every day. I just don't have the time. And I always love hearing from people. I always love your thoughts and your ideas and your suggestions, and you know, and sometimes I can get back to them, and sometimes I can't. And they're hard to find, like I said. So, you know, definitely please keep leaving me messages. See how that's popping already? These pages, when they get wet, are very, very soft. That's better. That's better. Okay. Okay. I think I want to put a piece of tape in here. I'm going to use the gaffer's tape again. Just trying to protect the integrity of the book. Make a nice little home. It's just a touch too small. It's like that much too small. And what I do want to make sure of, since I just pulled out that page, is here. You've got 1, 2. I'm going to do one more page to this. This is the 4th paintbrush I've had out today. Oh boy. I still have not taken a nap. I'm not a person that can nap easily. So I've been up since between midnight and 2 o'clock. I think I kind of drifted in and out of sleep, and that's when I had the idea of how to do it. How to make it. 2 a.m. I was like, oh gosh, I got to get up and make it before I forget it. So I haven't gone back to sleep. All right, make sure we got the top here. Okay, so I'm going to take tacky glue on this page. And I want that baby to stick. Yeah, is that in there good? Not in there? Okay. You know, that is one thing about doing it a few times, is that you get much better at it, right? So today I've unpacked the car from my show yesterday. I have repacked my all my show stuff to consolidate as needed. to take some old stuff out. You know, all my old jewelry displays went into a different box. And all this goes in there and that goes in there. I got that done. What else did I get done today? I got my dishes done. Got a video filmed and put up in the same day. Pretty crazy there. Okay, so this is the back. And we're going to line this up with this outer edge here. Almost outer edge. We'll leave a little gap there. A little gap down there. Okay. That fits really nicely in there now. And it's not too stressful yet. Just wait till all the stuff gets put into it. But I can still take out additional pages within that signature if I need to. That's really trying to get this massaged down. All right. Okay. It sits a little bit differently in there than what I had expected, but I think it's just fine. I think it's good, honestly. We're good here. And then I'm going to take again the gaffer's tape, and maybe I should wait until that dries. This is some sort of French book. I can't remember if I told you this or not, but I was looking through books and I looked it up online and I found a book that was worth $50. I don't know if I'll ever sell it, but it's, you know, I'm going to stick it on eBay for $40. Let's see. Let's see if I can't get any bites on that baby. Okay. So that will open like that. Right? Where are we at with the center of this? Okay, so we're going to pull out I'm going to actually pull out the 3 pages here. Pull out the strings, preferably. Okay. There's the strings. Okay, so remember this was, I believe, 3 pages glued together here. And that's a very nice fit. Perfect. Perfection. Okay, so now I want to glue. I want to make sure that this signature and this signature is glued together. And so I'm going to glue these 2 and these 2. I don't think I need to do that right now, but that's for future reference. That is the plan. I kind of need to do it just for structural integrity here. All right, it's fitting in here well. I did clean off my desk a little bit. See how long that lasts. That's funny. You're funny, Daddy. Sorry, that's from an Eminem song. In the 90s, maybe. Yeah, I think the 90s. Okay, I'm going to do this so that I can really make sure I'm getting down into there. Okay. Okay. Now, the reason why I did that is that I wanted to make sure that the back of this was secure, well connected, all of those good words. Okay, so it pushes up here. Will that cause an issue? I don't think it'll cause an issue with... The only thing I might need to do is put an extra piece over the top. Maybe a piece of... We'll see. We'll see if I need it when we get there. Okay. And now, the question is do I want to put one more piece that bridges that gap, or can I leave that sitting in there like that? I think that is a question that does not need to be answered right now, to be honest. Okay, that one's crookedy pieces. Sorry. No whining. Just do it. Just do it and do it right. Darn it. Boy, those are the old words of my older brother. Quit whining. Oh, sorry. Let me see. Sorry. Trying to make sure that you're in the picture here. Okay. I try to get you up above directly as much as possible so that you're not seeing it from that kind of cattywampus angle. But that means that the tripod has to sit basically right off of my book. It's kind of annoying. It doesn't give me a whole lot of space to work. I would love to get one of those arm thingies. That would be cool. I'd like to actually have a real camera instead of having to use my phone all the time. That would be interesting. Be revolutionary, right? Is there a camera that just has a video editor in it? Not GoPro. I did not like my GoPro, which was demolished in the wreck, but... Ta-da! We'll deal with that later. Oh, I made it too bulky. Did I? It's a little bulky in there. Where that glue is still drying, makes that ridge that I can't stand. I could sit on it and make it work. It's pretty darn close to perfect. Pretty good. Okay. 3, 2, 1. And I did make this kind of a little bit different shape. I did that, I don't know when. Probably around 7 o'clock this morning. To where this side sloped down a little bit more. I mean, I could use this taller, no, that taller one is too skinny. There it is. There we go. So I think I did these two without you. No, I think I did these two in the video I just posted. This I did without you. This one I will do right now. I did halfway here. We're going to use that book to keep that propped up. So that's helpful. In fact, I like that. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Perfect. Okay. So, I measured the middle of this. There we go. And I know I have two 1" by 3" strips here. And we have the silk athletic tape, which doesn't catch on anything, but will not break. There should be no reason why this stuff ever really has an issue. Come on, baby. Get on there. Okay. Now, let's line it up in between those two. We're pushing this tight up against this ridge. We want it to pull straight down through the center. So one thing I learned is you want it to come through the absolute center. If you don't pull it through the center, it pulls unevenly and you get sticking this way. You know, this is only going to go up to here and then down to here. So I've got to put stoppers in here, and a stopper, of course, will be on the pull tab itself. Okay, now this one, you have to tape from this way. You have to have total freedom from the other direction for it to fold all the way, or a good portion of the way, right? Because you want it to be able to bend. Oh, hold on. Yes, that's correct. Okay. Just making sure I'm doing it right here. And then I just want to double check these measurements here. 4 and 2. That's pretty close. I'm not going to stress on it any more than that. Tired of doing it? Yes, I am. A bit frustrated? Of course. Who wouldn't be? I'm going to give up on it. Oh, heck no. Pretty stoked about what's happening? Absolutely. Know that it's going to kick butt? Completely. Completely tired and talking to myself in the middle of the day on a Saturday? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I wish I could take naps. I'll probably crash at 4 o'clock. I need to really not stick my knees underneath my legs. Guys, I gotta stop doing that. Okay, and then we're going to wrap this guy just to give it that extra protection. Do I have to do that? I don't know. It can't hurt. All right. That should not go anywhere. That should be very strong. Now, what I'm also going to do, though, is I'm going to cut this little notch right there so it matches up with that guy. I am. And I'll do the same over there. Should probably check and see if you guys are still in view here. Oh, good. You're actually quite well in view. Perfect. Nice. Awesome. Stupendous. Fantabulous. What other words did I miss? Okay. Gaffer. Gaffer. This stuff wasn't that expensive. I think it was like $6 for this roll. It's a huge roll. I don't know if I said that before. I think it's a good deal. Okay. All right, and we've got about the width of a quarter in there. And we want to make sure it's lined up perfectly. And so again, we're getting a straight pull. Just like that. Right? Perfect, okay. Is that perfect, or is it? I see that it's a, oh, you dirty Diablo. Okay. Line it right on up like that. Oh, I don't want you to do that. Oh. Yes, I do want to throw it. Of course I do. I would love to throw it across the room. Make sure it's got a good hinge in there, good flexibility. We can make it work. Okay. All right. So now we have to do a couple of different things here before we can assemble. So let's do the bottom stopper. It's going to go right there. And right there. And right there. It should sit up there, but it doesn't, of course. Okay. And then this guy, of course, is going to be right there. So this will have a little bit higher notch, and these guys will have a lower notch. So their notch will come out. Well, I'm going to have to figure out how to cover up these. Oh. I'll okay. Actually, the French words would be kind of cool wrapped around those, wouldn't they? We need something with better. Or I'll just go get the Sears Roebuck catalog. Okay. First things first. Construction. Construction junction. What's your function? Making sure that this doesn't pull out. Okay. So, all right, well, we know that this is 1 inch here. And then we know that we need 1.5 inches and 1.5 inches. Okay. It was probably going to be a little bit less than 1.5 inches there, I was seeing. But, Swoopy, where are you when I need you? Actually, I should probably be doing it with Swoopy because I need to have straight lines. Okay. So I actually want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I want 16 1.5 inches. Okay, there are 4, so that's going to be right there. And then, I think that's 1.5 right there. Yes, it is. Okay. So actually, if I cut this to 3, and then I cut it to 1.5. Okay. Thank you, Swoopy, for your fine service. Okay. Hike. All right. What do we got here now? Get these all together. No pressure. You little tiny guy. All right. So these are not uniform. Okay, and does that silk interrupt the way this is going to flow? Yeah, of course it does. Of course it does. What were you thinking, Steph? We're just making it extra strong. Stupid you. Can't do that. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Cut down these pieces of tape. Okay. Just want to make sure it's got as easy of sailing as possible. And try not to screw it up in the process. That'd be nice. Not to screw it up. That'd be awesome. Okay. All right, so that's very, very tight, and that's not acceptable. Right? So we're going to bring it down to here. And we are going to custom fit these guys right here on pop-up number 3. There. And, all right. I know I have a shorter one. This one looks a little bit shorter. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So I'm creating a guideline, and that tape is kind of getting stuck in there too. So we are going to open this up just a touch more by taking 0.5 millimeter off there, and 0.5 millimeter off there. And then put the straight cut side to the outside. The swoopy cut side to the outside. All right, so we just don't want it to just flop all over the place, and we want it to stop where it needs to stop. It's got to come down a little bit more. And we've got this guy here. It's still in the inside of the page, which is awesome. Awesome. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay. Now, let's glue these puppies down. We're going to cover up the Mod Podge. We need strong stuff. I have my fabric tape in here. Fabric glue. Kind of like this stuff. It dries very quickly and it dries very strong. Nick the Booksmith recommends this. It's Fabri-Tac. It's from Joann's. I've recently started using it. I do have to say I do like it. I can see why she uses it religiously. It makes perfect sense to me after using it. Okay. Whoops. Okay. No, that is not okay. All right, so now we also have all this space here, but we needed to have some space because of this black tape coming up. And we need to make sure that this comes down to there. I think that's pretty good. And then we need to make sure it's not sticking there. And then we need to make sure we can move it. Moving freely, moving happily. Are we happy? Okay. So it's going to have to stop here. So I'll most likely make the exit spot right in there, right? And it's got to be down here. And this guy comes out of. And we're going to have this piece of paper, whatever covers over the top of it. So I want to actually have one more guide in here. So this thing doesn't go flopping all over the place. And so that the paper has something to hold it up. Now this won't ever necessarily, you know, it'll go out of the paper itself. So let's measure. Oh, okay, so it goes out from right there. So even though that guide is there, so that's perfect. So what that guide is, it's actually lined up right there. And that is giving this the elevation that it needs to pull in and out. And it needs that elevation, let me tell you. Okay, so am I going to be able to decorate these pull sticks? I sure hope so, because look at that. That sticks on there every time. But we'll just, you know, I mean, I'll put a little bit of tape there to make that flap up. It should be okay, should cover that. And then actually I can do a full strip across here on the bottom. Yeah, we can. So I'll grab one of these little guys here. And I want to have a full strip across the bottom. Ta-da! And what I'm doing is I'm making a happy little home for that piece of cardstock so that it has a place to sit. And I could actually, put something in the inside of here to give it elevation. I don't think I'm going to need it, but I don't know for sure or not. Because I am making this up as I go along. I have never done this before. I have never attempted to do this before. Oh yeah, I'm just going to do it. Why not? Yep, I'm crazy. However, this is gorgeous. All right, let's figure out okay, it's all sticking to me. Okay, oh, a barber chair. Look at those, Hair Tonic Restore. Okay, don't yet. Come out perfectly, please. I don't know what that has to do with the circus, but I love it. I love all of those images. Okay. We have a lot to cover. Let's see if we've got anything else that will fit with this. Bicycles. I like the numbers. Palmistry. Oh, those are perfect. Housekeepers, Handy Book of General Reference, New Century Book of Etiquette, Dr. Hood's Plain Talk, and Common Sense Medical Advisor. So again, this book here, I've used it before. Hypnotism, right there. Oh my gosh, so cool. All right, this is a replica. This copyright, I believe, is 1969. And just look at how beautiful this is. All the images are just so very cool. I didn't know that was in there. Woo, 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 woo. Okay. I bought that off of eBay. It was pretty reasonable. Truly. $14. It included shipping. I don't think that's too bad for 1,000 pages of really cool images. Okay. I don't like having to take this off. It makes me wonder though, like if Scotch tape would work instead. I think it'll be just fine. You know, it's just me being super cautious. Okay, we're going to pull it down just a little bit more. That, even with that, even with that. Glorious. Okay. Awesome. Oh, hold on. That was pretty tight there. Yeah, that's pretty tight. Okay, so we just need it as a guideline. We're going to just pop off a little bit of that and pop off a little bit of this. There we go. There we go. It gives us plenty of space right there. And this drops down to here. This, we want to make sure it doesn't get our points in a, you know, we don't want our points bent. Right? Put that guy right there, up against the wall. And then this guy over here, up against the wall. Try not to glue anything else in, like that. Okay. Okay. Come on, Brett. Stay. All right, we want it to come down, down. Make sure they're down at the same spot. Push it down just a touch more. There we go. Okay. Where's one of the shorties? The shorties can go right in there. Yeah, that's what I figured. It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle. I'm good at puzzles. Actually, my family loves puzzles. They really do. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to make it lined up so that we have continuity on the bottom. Okay, let that dry. We'll sketch this over. Let's get this guy done. Very tight right there. I wish I could do it that tight, but it's just not safe. I need to give it a little bit of breathing room. I wonder, I think they'll wrap perfectly in this Normally I would have a raggedy edge, right? But I think with this, I have to keep it as unbulky as possible. In fact, I might just have to glue something. I might just have to glue it on the top and on the bottom and not wrap it around. I got that white edge. What white edge? You don't have any white edge. Oh, Steffi, you're so brilliant. Oh, thank you. That's so nice of you to say. Just cover that stuff right up. Awesome. I don't think we'll need it up there, however. This is a enamel paint marker, black. I have this because I was doing jewelry, stamping jewelry. And after you stamp it, you're supposed to put this stuff in, and then you color in the stamping part. And then once you color in the stamping part, then you're supposed to buff it back out, which just didn't make much sense. That's what you were supposed to do with it. That was another thing I invested in that really didn't go anywhere. But I ended up making a whole different line of jewelry out of it, so and that line of jewelry has done really well. My best selling stuff, actually. It's so dry out there from that fire that my lips are so chapped. Crazy. The fire is about 170 miles from us, from Concord, so it's nowhere near getting me. There's a delta in between us, thankfully. Now, if the mountain decides to get on fire, I've got a mountain that's right south of me. Mount Diablo, beautiful mountain. I have lived on all sides of it now. Almost all sides of it. Okay. So I'm just making sure all my edges are covered. All right. Happy in their little homes? They seem to be pretty happy in their homes. Okay. So now this way we can just do 1-inch strips. Comparing his own hands with the drawings and illustrations. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm just trying something different. They have to be in 3-inch strips. That right there for sure. That's cool. I don't know if we need the White House cook. Oh, here it is. That's what we wanted. Of course, this would be easier if I was doing it on Swoopy, wouldn't it? Then it'd have nice straight lines. There we go. And you will see all of that. Perfect. Perfect. What does this one say? Nothing much on that one. That's very interesting. That's not super interesting. Go this way. So we get the book. Still a little bit wide. Still a little bit too long. I love that little owl on that book. It's a pretty awesome little guy. Stuff. Okay, why is that crooked now all of a sudden? Moved. Makes me angry that it moved. Cut it off. Of course, then you don't want to cut through your book. That'd be great. That'd be smart. That'd be swell. Okay, so this comes out right here. Why did that not? Not risking anything here. I don't want to see any white. Oh, I can cover it up later too. to take a piece of this. And we're going to take some of this. And we're going to take a little smaller brush. I don't know if I like this brush. Don't think so. Oh, it's crispy. It's okay. I'll have good control with it. Take a nice, stiff, bristled brush. Brush it on there. Okay. So the nice thing about that enamel pen is it's not going to come up, right? You do not want your pen to come up. Okay, we're covering up that tape, and then we're putting a layer over the top. That's pretty awesome. And, oh, that's my back. I would go take a walk, but the air is so polluted today that it would choke me. It makes you sicker, you know. A little devil guy on there with those owls. That's so cool. Okay. Defensive. I don't know what that says. Descriptive mentality, maybe something like that. Okay. Reminds me of Nancy. She likes to read her underlayer. It's kind of funny. But I do the same thing, Nancy, so don't worry about it. I like to have my underlayer have meaning. Starting to go on. Card hand, it's a good one. Okay, some dark, everything's painted, everything's colored. Oh, oh, don't go on sideways. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. All right, it's not straight. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing over here. And it's okay to cover it with a, you know, I mean, as long as you're not sticking stuff down, fine. Mod Podge will do just fine. This is a practice ventriloquism. Yeah, it's not a very wide piece, though. Here, I'll check out here. Were you born under a lucky star? It's a great one. Put that one there. Look at this one here. Medical hypnosis. Okay. Perfect. Protect it. Give it a good layer of glick. Perfect. I should probably be watching a movie and have you guys on fast forward through this. There's a palmistry. Herman's Conjuring for Amateurs. Of course you got to decorate the poles. Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Can't leave it halfway done. Not after you've put this much time into it. You better make it as good as you possibly can. That's the rules. Fingerprints. Beautiful. Okay, now back sides. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Back sides. I don't love those. Kind of like these better. Yeah, I do. And do this guy right here. Oh, I want pizza. Oh, gosh. You can tell I was stressed. I have been totally craving crap food. So, if I can get it. Now, why would I do it this way? Anybody know why you do it upside down? Bueller? Okay. This guy we're just going to put on here like this. This, I don't even know if this will be seen. But this might actually make it run smoother. I don't know. Can't hurt. It could hurt. Could hurt it, actually. Why does it have so much buildup right there? Oh, that's the tape. how to mix fancy drinks. Awesome. Awesome, Blossom. Okay. What else we got over here? We have to go back into the books, I think. I like those. American Cookbook. That's not even interesting. There's a cookbook. I'm going to put it up here. All right. Again, I don't know if anybody will even see that part with the construction. I don't think they will. But if they do, it's done. All right. And it takes 2 seconds. I did it upside down. I want it to be seen from this way. This one actually says phagology. A practice of mental healing, something mental healing. I hope that doesn't say what I think it says. I don't even want to say it out loud if it does, you know, it's kind of one of those things. All right, is that going crooked now? Is it gonna matter? I think it's pulling okay. Something cool up on that top flap. Okay. This one's hilarious. I was looking at that earlier. Oh my gosh. I can't show it to you. I didn't show you that. Where are those little creepy kids? It's in the clothing section. That one. That one. And that one. That one. That one. That one. Oh, except for when I put the pull tab on it, it'll be right over his head. It's okay. This is just to make sure it looks good, right? Don't cut the tape. Okay, creepy kid, check. Then your creepy kid, check. They must have superimposed these heads onto these bodies. It's like they're adult faces with kids' hair on kids' bodies. It's bizarre. Beautiful. I've got this little guy. Now you know what we got to do next. We have to do the towers, the tent tops. Those have to be completed before we can assemble this next stage, right? So I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be back to work on that. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I should have done the kids on all of them, huh? I should have found some girls and done the whole shebang. But I think they're pretty cool the way they are. All it'll take is just a little bit of distress stain, or even, this is brushed corduroy. Perfect. Perfect color. Right? Won't get much better than that. Make sure all those white spots are covered. Hate white spots. Yeah, those little kids would have been cool on the front. Oh well, you know, fine. It's, you know. Yeah, they would have been really cool on the front. I don't want to redo it. I don't want to redo it. But I might just redo it on the bottoms. The palmistry, I love that. There we go. I kind of like the secret kid thing. Perfecto. Okay, like I said, I'm going to take a quick break and stretch my back, get something to eat. Oh, what time is it? Probably 4 o'clock. It is 4 o'clock. I've been working on this thing all day already. Again. We're getting there. It is getting closer, I promise. That one's a little bit longer, isn't it? All right. It'll all be good. Okay, we'll chat soon.